I would like to remind everyone to please make sure that all cell phones are turned to the off or vibrate position. Also, please be advised, our city council meetings are broadcast on Comcast Channel 99, AT&T U-verse, the City of Gadsden YouTube channel, and WMGJ Radio. This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on City Clerk Alva Nelson for the roll call.
Councilwoman Toles.
Here.
Councilman Williams is absent today. Councilman Worthy.
Here.
Back.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Cannon.
Here.
And Councilman Reed is also absent today. We do have a quorum present and our meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Brian Harbison to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Will you pray with me? Almighty God, we thank you, and we have in our hearts so much thanksgiving to give to you for our freedom. We thank you for the recent holiday where we celebrated the freedom of our nation and the freedom that we can enjoy today just standing here in this public meeting. God, we just pray that you will be with the families of all of those who have paid the ultimate price so that we can be here. God, I pray for wisdom today for these council members as they deal with very important subjects and topics and things that will affect their community. God, we just pray that you will help them in their decisions. Be with our mayor and his staff. God, we just thank you for blessing Gadsden. Pray that you'll continue to keep your hand on us and help us to understand that, God, all our freedom really comes from you.
Yes.
We thank you for who you are. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and council meeting that was held July 2nd.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
The chair will entertain a motion to ratify payments of accounts for the week of June 28th through July the 4th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Are there any proclamations? Unfinished business. We have a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property at 421 North 9th Street in District 3. Floyd L. Donald is the last known owner. This resolution was tabled for 30 days on June the 4th. What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to adopt. Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, we gave 30 days, and if I'm not mistaken, this property came up last year also, and we gave them time to try to bring it up to code. And then we gave them additional, when it came back on the agenda, we gave them additional 30 days, and nothing has been done according to Mr. Harbison, so we're going to abate it today.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
The next item is a resolution assessing nuisance abatement liens for grass cutting for $256 on property at 209 Brown Street in District 1. Antioch Baptist Church, Inc. is the last known owners. This resolution was tabled for 30 days on June the 4th. What is the pleasure of the council?
So we move forward?
Second.
Is that a question or a motion? Did we have?
That's a motion. I'm sorry.
Okay. Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
I abstain.
we have one abstention. Motion carries to adopt.
And one no.
One no. Okay. All righty. So the motion does still carry to adopt.
Our next item is a resolution assessing nuisance abatement liens for grass cutting for $251 on property at 111 7th Street North in District 2. Fetch Property or Fetch Property Management Incorporated is the last known owners, and this resolution was also tabled for 30 days on June the 4th. What is the pleasure of the council?
Make a motion, we proceed.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'm sorry, is there something about these last two that I don't know?
What you mean?
I don't understand the no vote. These
Well,
both have been tabled. Has there been any discussion on these? I mean, is there any circumstances?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were tabled, they were discussed, there was a grass
June the
lien
4th.
hearing that we had, remember we
Right,
had?
I just,
and the
we
church
tabled
said,
for
the
30
church
days.
people came and said that they've been cutting it, and that the city didn't cut it. So, and then Mr. Harbison said the city said they did cut it.
Well, I was just curious why we tabled them last time and then, but I apologize. I just thought maybe I was missing something, that something else had happened. Was something supposed to happen during that 30-day tabling period?
What, and I can't speak exactly to the reason behind the tabling of some of these grass liens, but typically, my understanding is if someone objects, then the case, as far as moving forward with assessing the lien, will cease or just be suspended at that time to allow us to get with the grass crews and their supervisors just to ensure that our guys were out there. This is during a period where pictures were not being provided. And so, I think that's been the general understanding of the council. If someone actually comes, and what we'll do is suspend that case and follow through with some discussions with Public Works. And I can't speak for you guys, but that's the way I understand it's happening.
That's the way it happened.
Okay.
And I abstain because that's my church.
No, I understood that. I just didn't.
It's all about being consistent. That's all I got to say.
That was my reason too, being consistent. Public Works said they felt confident that they had performed the grass cuttings, and Councilman Cannon's comment was my comment too, was to be consistent.
I understand. I
Yeah,
apologize.
and that's what
derailing.
we haven't been. We haven't
Yeah.
been consistent because there's some that we have assessed and there's some that we just dissolved. And so
Exactly.
the thing about being consistent was if you really honestly wanted to be consistent, until we started taking the pictures, then all of them should have been resolved, if that's what you want to say consistency was. But that has not been the consistency here, so.
But plus you
but
have
we've-
to take it case by case, because different circumstances, each case is not the same.
We'll move forward with, the motion has been carried and everything.
We do, yes, on item B. Item C, we do have a motion in second, but we have not taken a vote.
Okay. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, I'm talking about item 8C.
Yes.
Let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries to adopt.
This is a time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of a resolution ordering the abatement of nuisance on property at 301 Grady Street in District 6. The last known owners are the state of Alabama, potential right of redemption of TLR, AL, LLC, or Carl Herring. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor?
Madam President, I'm Brian Harbison with the Building Department. We filed this case in November of last year. There've been no improvements. There are no permits to improve, and we're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate.
Second.
Discussion. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our last public hearing today is a resolution ordering the abatement of nuisance on property at 315 Grady Street in District 6. And the last known owners are the State of Alabama right of redemption for Jeff and Jackie Perry, All Alabama Tile Company, mortgage in favor of Charlotte Brown and Wallace Brown, Madeline J. Harper in care of Jeff and Jackie Perry. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor?
Madam President, we filed this case in November of last year. There has been some work to the back of the house with the removal of the back portion, some demolition work. There was a building permit taken out in March of this year. Other than that, no improvements, no satisfactory improvements have been made. We're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance. Thank you.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, you can see that Mr. Harbison, I was acting on his recommendation, and you can see in the pictures there, the house is up for sale. So I guess, they must have, wasn't gonna do anything with it, they got it up for sale.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next item is a resolution awarding bid number 3401 for picnic tables, benches, and waste receptacles. The purchasing department has recommended awarding the bid to Holloway Equipment. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So move.
Is there any discussion?
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next resolution is authorizing an agreement to purchase property from B&L Holding, and this is .89 acres near Running Walk and Ford, and the amount is $125,000. And this will allow the city to construct an access road connecting Coosa Landing with the vineyard. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
The next item is a resolution authorizing amendment to agreement with CD&G Engineering and Associates Incorporated. This is for additional services relating to the riverfront commercial development, as well as initiating a new roadway design connecting the venue to Coosa Landing boat ramps. The amount is $128,180. The clerk will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any new business?
Yes, Madam President, I have one. This is a request by the clerk's office. I've asked for unanimous consent, resolution issuing special events alcohol beverage license to Jake's Music Room for a special event to be held at 629 Broad Street at the Pittman Theater on July the 13th.
Second. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today as an item of new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move for adoption, please.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
No.
we have one no. Motion carries to adopt.
Is there another item for new business?
Yes, ma'am, I have one, Madam President. This comes from the Engineering Department. This is a resolution authorizing change order number 1 regarding bid 3395 Riverfront Development Site Work for Bedwell and Horton Construction. The budgeted amount is $284,407.81. I'd like to ask for unanimous consent.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Ask to move for adoption.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Do we have any department reports, committee, boards? Okay, we have remarks from the council. We'll start with Councilman Cannon.
I don't have anything today.
Councilman Wilson.
I just a little FYI, y'all saw several pieces of action here by this council concerning the riverfront over there. Basically, what's happening is we're wrapping that project up. I think Buffalo Wild Wings is within several weeks now of opening, and so that's cleaning up all of those contracts and bids for all the dirt work and everything we did over there, plus bringing in this new road system, like Madam President said, that will connect all that space, that Buffalo Wild Wings venue space, over into where the boat landing is. So those 3 different actions we just took there all kind of coincided with each other to finalize that project and bring it up. So that's exciting. I'll be happy to see that come to fruition. The other thing, I want to apologize for the confusion I just caused up here over the grass cutting lanes. This is, I'll be honest, this is a mess in my opinion, just because we're in the middle of a transition from one process of how we handled these situations to a new, much better, much more improved process. But what we're dealing with now is moving forward, we're taking pictures of these lots. If the city has to come out and cut your grass because it's overgrown, we're taking pictures before we cut it and after we cut it. It's got a date stamp on it. It's got a GPS stamp. There's no arguing it. If we cut it, it happened. Right now, that's not the case. And it puts us in consistently as a council in really bad situations where we're asked to pick between a church and our grass cutting department over who's telling the truth about whether a lot was cut or not. And it's just a unfortunate thing all the way around. And I just want to make it clear that I do my best to be as objective as I could be up here. And it's going to be my policy moving forward, without question, that I'll default to Mr. Harbison and the nuisance abatement department until we have those pictures fully installed, and then moving forward, we won't have to deal with that anymore. So I apologize again for the confusion. It was unprofessional, and I hate that I was responsible for that. So thank you, Madam President.
We're just really moving from the Stone Age up to where we should have been years ago.
Councilman Back.
Wanted to, I don't see Jen Worthington here, but wanted to just say thank you for a wonderful job our Parks and Recreation Department, the Mayor's Office did with the Nakalula experience. Great crowds, just another feather in the cap of the city of Gadsden for putting on a really first-class operation that was enjoyed by, I guess, hundreds, probably thousands of people over the summer months. So congratulations to the hard work that went on for all of that, in addition to all the other things they have going on, the camps, the community centers, the parks and everything. Boy, that's, as all of our departments do, these folks work very hard. I also want to recognize Public Works Department. Saturday, I got a call that there was a tree across the road in my district. And from the minute I got the call to the minute the trucks left picking up the tree, it was about 1 hour and 4 minutes. And it was a pretty major street. I mean, it's in a neighborhood, but, you know, people couldn't get by. If there was an emergency, a fire truck, an ambulance, they could not have gone up that street. And there's really no other way to get up to those houses. So thank you to Mike Hilton and Shane Ellison for jumping on that for the Public Works. That was about 11 o'clock in the heat of the day on a really nice hot Saturday. So thank you all for what you do. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Councilman Worthy.
Yes, ma'am. I want to make an announcement. Y'all save the date, August the 20th. We will have our fifth job fair at the venue. It will start at 8 o'clock, 8 to 1, and we will do a skills seminar at, 8 to 9 is the skills seminar, and the job fair will start at 9 o'clock. And I also want to say I had a good time at First Saturday. Thank Carver Revitalations Committee for putting on a good event. And they brought a couple, problems to us. And it's going to be fixed with the Parks and Rec Department is going to fix where the water sprinkler heads that have covers over them. I guess the lawnmowers ran over a couple of them, and that plastic is real hard and sharp. So they're gonna get on that and fix it by next first Saturday. So I've been promised that, so I just want the people to know that it will be fixed. And also an electrical problem, and I've been saying this for years, this just didn't come to our attention. The power went off, but like they explained to me, that power down there is only enough amps and volts for the lights, the Christmas lights. So they brought out the power box. They brought out two, and Hilton said when they got down there, they check on it after the power went out. We were only using one box. It was another box there, power box for them to hook into, but nobody had hooked into it. So that was one of the reasons why the power the circuit breaker went off. So, but we're working the issue. Believe you, we are doing stuff and we are trying to fix the problems. But if we don't know about a problem, we can't fix it. So I appreciate them bringing it to us, our attention. Thank you.
Madam President, I wanted to publicly recognize two of my cohorts up here, Jason Wilson and Thomas Worthy. We were at lunch last Tuesday down here at Longhorn, and a lady had an overdose. And they were pretty frantic in there. Jason and Thomas jumped up, performed CPR on this lady until the fire medics got there, and she was okay after the fire medics got there. But at one point, she didn't have a pulse. And so publicly want to thank the bravery and the willingness to jump in and help when others weren't jumping in to help. So Thomas and Jason, I guess I should call them Councilman Worthy and Councilman Wilson, thank you for your service, not only what you do here, but as you're out in the public. That was a very noble thing to do, and proud to say we're friends.
I'd just like to announce that Councilman Reed is in Riverview. He has it's not serious, but he has some problems with his hand that they're having to treat. So that's where he is. That's where he is today. So let's remember him in our prayers. First time I attended Musical Mondays. It's just too hot to be out anywhere. And I'd just like to also extend to Parks and Recreation. The movies in the park is such a good idea. Still, it's hot out there. But anyway, they're doing a good job. And Councilman Worthy has jobs fairs, but if you all know anybody that need a job, just like we go and pick them up to go vote, why don't you all pick them up so we can take them to get a job? There's plenty of jobs out here. But, and so we're just happy. And I'd just like to thank all the people that are sitting out in the council meeting. These are the people that come regularly. Appreciate your support. Continue to come. Look forward to looking at smiling faces. Care about everybody. Care about this city. And I'll end this with a minister said to us one time that you don't talk about your spouse. When you do that, you're talking about yourself. Well, that's the same way I feel about the city of Gadsden. No, there's nothing perfect. There's not a lot that different from any other city. But this is the city that I chose to live in, and so I'm not going to bash my city. I'm not going to talk down about the people who work in my city. I'm just going to continuously, as I always do, to pray for my city. And that's what I like for all of you all to do. Care about your city and work one person at a time to make things better. If there's nothing else, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.